Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back. If you're returning, apparently I'm just playing catch up with all these like video on demand releases this week. We're gonna be talking about The Beach House. This video and this channel would not be possible without these lovely patrons right here. So thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep for yourself, the link is always in the description. You can check it out. Written and directed by Jeffrey A. Brown, The Beach House follows two college sweethearts on a romantic getaway that turns into a struggle for survival when two unexpected guests arrive. I'm gonna say this right now before we get into the review or anything. If you haven't seen this movie yet and you want to, and maybe by chance if you haven't read a summary online or seen the trailer yet, don't and just go watch the movie. I went into this blind and I think it's a really good way to watch this movie. That being said though, in terms of like the ending and everything, this will be a spoiler-free review, but I am going to talk about things that are shown in the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer already, then you'll be fine. But I just really think going in blind to this movie is the best idea. So if you still have that opportunity to do so, stop this video right now and go watch the movie first. Like I said, I went into this movie blind. I had no idea like about the summary, didn't see the trailer, anything, only saw the poster. That was it. And I really like how this is a slower burn and it kind of eases you into everything, even though there is like an unsettling feeling, like creepy vibes about the movie from the get-go. So not knowing about the whole like environmental thing going on in the movie, I wasn't sure what direction the movie was going to take when it first kicked off, because we meet this couple and they are in a beach town, but it's off season, so it appears as though it's abandoned. Like there's no tourists there, it's not crowded, so it's already kind of unsettling that they're very isolated. It seems like they have the whole town to themselves and this beach house to themselves, of course. And then they discover that this older couple is in that very same house. And I feel like that alone is already like a premise for a pretty scary movie. I thought that was the direction we were gonna take. And so once the kind of like sci-fi elements start coming in, I realized very quickly I had no idea what this movie was about. That environmental aspect just slowly makes its way into the movie, like just slowly creeps in like a thick fog. They set up this like kind of mysterious contagion, is just what I'm gonna call it, because I don't know what other way to identify it, and that just seems the easiest way. They set up this contagion element with the character Emily, played by Liana Liberato, who is an organic chemistry major, and she's very interested in the movie they call it astrobiology. Definitely not a science major, so my knowledge ends there. But she is super interested and super passionate about how life was created on Earth, and she talks at length about like basically like the perfect storm of elements that had to come together for our planet to be able to inhabit life. So at one point in the movie, she's talking about this perfect combination of elements, and she says, and I quote, "One thing slightly off and we would be nothing." And then later on, talking about the Earth and like us as human beings, she says, "We're delicate." And at first I just thought that was like some awesome character development. I'm like, that's really cool that she's passionate about that. And I didn't realize she's basically setting up everything that's gonna happen in the rest of this movie, and I love that. So the sci-fi twist was surprisingly apt for right now. It definitely, I feel like this movie would hit really different if like I had watched this like last year in 2019 versus watching it now with everything going on. I also liked how ambiguous this contagion is. Like you don't know a lot about what's going on because the characters don't know a lot about what's going on, and you know as much as they do. But I feel like the movie itself is kind of like a parable that shows just how delicate we are as humans and just how delicate the Earth is, like Emily says. And all that needs to happen is like one little thing can change, say, I don't know, like the overall temperature of our climate system changing, and everything could go to hell and we'd be done for, because where else can we go? Really, really scary to think about, because that can actually happen. And you know, whether you want to believe it or not, is starting to happen. And the beach house, I feel like contains that in this like isolation horror movie essentially. And they show that in such a simple way, and it's very effective, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought the movie overall was creepy and unsettling, and it's got some good gore and just plain like gross, in a good way, but gross effects. And it's got something to say, I guess, if that's how you want to interpret the movie. I know it feels like I give this rating away way too easily, but life is too short not to just enjoy things wholeheartedly. So I give this a 5 out of 5. I really, really like this movie. It doesn't seem like the internet really agrees. On IMDb, it's got a 5.5 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an 80% critic score and a 31% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it's got an even 3 out of 5. From those of you that I follow on Letterboxd and who have seen it and rated it, it's 3.5s or lower from y'all. I didn't see anything above that. So if you've seen The Beach House already, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. And if you haven't seen the movie and you watch this entire thing and you go into the comments, just be wary of spoilers. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It does help me out a little bit. If you're new here or if you've been lurking, subscribe. Become a creepy peep today. You get 2 new videos a week of just me talking to your faces. Thank you for listening to me talk. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Until then, stay strange. Bye.